welcome back to the Football Rundown. Here's a video that I wasn't expecting to be making tonight, but of course League 2 action on tonight as well, where we're hoping Tranmere can do us a favour against Mansfield Town. Of course, Tranmere beat us quite comfortably, I think it's fair to say 4-0 2 or 3 weeks ago now. We're hoping they can put in a similar type performance against Mansfield Town. Of course, top of the league at the moment. Obviously, if they beat Mansfield, it opens things up for Stockport County, who do take on Salford City on Thursday night. Stay tuned on the channel. Actually, we will have the match preview out for that tomorrow, midday or evening at some time. At some point tomorrow, that video will be on the channel, so stay tuned for that, where we'll give our thoughts ahead of Salford, of course, where we visit the Peninsula Stadium. But today, what's the news? What's going on with Stockport County then? Well, Stockport County have today, in the last few minutes, confirmed 2 new loan signings till the end of the season. Obviously, the transfer window's closed, but you can make loan signings outside of the transfer window. I wasn't expecting any business to be done. I've got to be honest, once the window closed in January, but it looks like Dave Challoner and Simon Wilson have dipped into the market, the loan market, to try and bring in 2 players that can help us in the back end of the season. So we're going to start by talking about the post that was put out on Twitter, which is where I was initially first made aware of this. It reads that we are delighted to announce the additions of defender Todd Kane and Manchester City forward Ben Knight, who both join us until the end of the season. Great to have you both on board, guys. So there are 2 new players coming in. We've got an attacker, we've got a defender. I've not read anything on this article yet, this statement that County put out. So I'm reading this for the first time. So my knowledge on these players isn't brilliant, but I'm pretty sure Todd Kane is the guy who's played right back, centre back for some decent championship sides in the past. So I guess we'll find out when we read through it. Ben Knight, I've heard the name before. I think he did spend a bit of time on not on loan, but training with County in the summer. I don't know loads about these players, I'll be honest. I think that maybe Stockport County fans are probably in the same boat. But I think with Todd Kane, I know he's around 30 years of age. We're getting an experienced defender. But we'll go and read the statement anyway on County's website, which reads, County announced double signing ahead of the run-in. We're delighted to announce the additions of defender Todd Kane and Manchester City forward Ben Knight, who both joined us on loan until the end of the season. The signings see Dave Challoner further strengthen his squad as we prepare for his final 11 games of the league campaign, looking to secure automatic promotion to League 1. And we'll start with Todd Kane, who's going to wear the 34 shirt for Stockport County over the next month and a half, 2 months. Former QPR and Coventry City fullback Kane has signed a deal until the end of the season, subject to international clearance. Having trained with the first team squad in recent weeks, I wasn't aware of that. The 30-year-old began his career at boyhood club Chelsea, joining the Premier League side as an under-8 and spending 18 years at Stamford Bridge. In 2012, at the age of 18, he was named in the travelling squad for the Champions League final in Munich with the Blues, which the Blues went on to win on penalties. Todd enjoyed several loan spells during his time at Chelsea, covering League 1, the Championship and the Eredivisie in Holland. He made over 200 appearances whilst on loan at these respective clubs, whilst also featuring for England's under-19s 8 times. Upon leaving Chelsea permanently in 2019, he has spent 4 seasons playing in the Championship with QPR and Coventry City, before a short spell this season with Gibraltar's side, Manchester 62. Never heard of them before, but I suppose he's gone from one Manchester to another. Comfortable with both feet and capable of playing on either side of the defence, Todd adds further depth to Dave Challoner's side as we head into the final 11 games of the season, with everything to play for in League 2. So obviously he can play both sides. He can play left back, he can play right back. As it says there in the statement, comfortable playing on both sides. I knew that he had played right back before. The fact that he came through at Chelsea, that does ring a bell now actually when I think about it. But I knew him as a right back, so the fact that he can play on the left side, I suppose, is a massive benefit for us. Because I think I said it in the preview ahead of the game for Newport, we're not blessed with brilliant options at left back at the moment. You know, we've got Ibal Toure, who is decent at times, but can also be massively exposed at most of the time. And of course, you've got Bristow, who just doesn't seem to be at it. I mean, suspect, he's defensively suspect, and I think that's going to be a problem. So hopefully Kane can come in and do a job at left back if we need him to, but also at right back, where of course Salvan Hales is out until next year, and of course we've got issues with Neuer. I don't know what the situation is with Neuer. I don't know when he's going to be back available for Stockport County. And as I say, Case, he was in the team of the week for the EFL, but I don't know how. Ethan Pye was man of the match. I don't know how he wasn't in the team of the week. The only thing I can think of is that there weren't many great right backs to pick for the team of the week at the EFL, and he just got in because he kept a clean sheet. That's the only thing. I'm not trying to criticise Case here, but I don't think he's been brilliant. I think most County fans would probably agree with me on that. And I think that whilst he can play left back, Todd Kane, I do think he'll be used primarily at right back. Now we'll move on to Ben Knight, who of course is coming in on loan from Manchester City until the end of the season. Manchester City forward Ben Knight is currently on loan at Edgley Park until the end of the season. The 21-year-old has been training with the first team squad at County since January as part of his rehabilitation from an injury, and was signed on loan in order to be registered for the second half of the season. The decision was made at the time not to announce the deal initially in order to allow Ben to focus on his progress without any undue pressure or expectation placed on him. We are delighted to announce that he is now in a position to play and contribute to the first team for the remainder of the campaign. The exciting young forward began his professional career in Ipswich Town's academy, excelling at youth team level before joining Manchester City as a 16-year-old in 2018 in a deal worth over $1 million. Ben made his debut for Pep Guardiola's side in 2021, coming on as a substitute for the Premier League champions at Wembley in the FA Community Shield against Leicester City. They did lose that game, I'm pretty sure. But nonetheless, he did get a game for Manchester City, which is a massive thing when you think about it, given the age he would have been, given the fact that Manchester City have had some brilliant attacking options over the last 4, 5, 6 years, and well, further as well, but particularly the competition he would have been up against. The fact that he even got on for a few minutes, I think says a lot about the quality that he must have, the potential he must have. So, and the fact that he's been at the club for the last few weeks, I think it's a good thing. As obviously he'll know the players, and hopefully he should be up to speed to come in and hit the ground running pretty quickly. But as I say, and it says in the statement, they don't want the pressure to be on him, and that's why I didn't announce it immediately. He then had a short spell at Crewe Alexandra, whilst the club were in League One, scoring twice in 10 appearances for the Railway. I can't get my words out, for the Railwaymen. Ben will wear the number 31 shirt during his time at Edgley Park and is available for Thursday's game against Salford City in League 2. Right, well that's massive then. Ben Knight's going to be available tomorrow. I'm not sure about Todd Kane, whether or not, I say tomorrow, Thursday. I'm not sure whether or not Todd Kane's going to be available for County as early as Thursday, but we know that Ben Knight will be an option in attack, where I think County have looked a little bit limited recently, obviously with Louis Barry being injured since October. We have had that thing of, Laffy and Madden, or Wootton and Madden, but we didn't really seem to have much more of an option other than that. We brought in, obviously, the guy from Villa, Rico Richards. He just doesn't seem to be getting in the side, doesn't really seem to have the quality when he is being brought on. So I think that obviously County are looking to sharpen up their attack. They're going to need goals in the back end of this season. If we want to win games, we want to get that goals difference up as well, if we're going to compete with Mansfield on that side of things. So scoring goals is going to be important, and hopefully bringing in someone who can find the back end net would be a fantastic thing. Obviously he talks about the fact that he spent time on loan at Crewe, where he didn't score a lot of goals in that time, but then Louis Barry's record prior to his loan move to County wasn't particularly strong either. So, and obviously we saw the player that he became when he when he came into this County side, and he's been a massive miss this season. So I think that maybe Challoner can get a player out of Ben Knight, and hopefully that can be the case. It's a short amount of time really to come in. Obviously the season ends in less than 2 months, so it's going to be short but sweet. And if he does well, maybe there's potentially an option for him to continue his stay at Edgley Park on loan next season. But before, he's not even kicked a ball for us yet, so let's not get too carried away. But what I'm saying is this move it's a short move, but if it goes well and it's successful, it could become something that goes into next season as well. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But I just want people's thoughts on this. What's your reaction to County doing business outside the window? What's your reaction to County doing business so close to the end of the season? And what's your reaction to the players and the quality of the players in which we brought in? Obviously, one's 30, 31 years of age in Todd Kane, one's 20, 21 years of age in Ben Knight, where, obviously Knight's going to come in as an attacker. We're obviously, upgrading at the back with Todd Kane coming in as well. I suppose a little bit like, Phil Bardsley coming in, was it last season? Just adding that experience at the back. I mean, obviously he didn't play much. I do think Todd Kane will probably play more than Bardsley did, but I suppose you could compare it to that. And also Bardsley was a lot older than Kane, to be fair. But there's kind of some similarity there. I'm trying to make a link that maybe isn't, but I want to get people's thoughts on that. Obviously Kane coming in. How aware of you of this player before his arrival at Edgley Park, and how much do you think he can add to that experience at the back for Stockport County, where we have really struggled, I think, over the last few months. Obviously, we spoke about it, and I've said it a few times now. Over the last few weeks, we've had to play back fours at time that just haven't looked comfortable with one another. What I would say as well, with this move, with now him coming in, he can play both sides of both sides of the pitch as a fullback. I think he can play centre back as well. It doesn't sound a statement, but we know that he can play in them fullback areas. What does this mean for Reece Bennett, who again is a centre back but can play right back, but hasn't been involved on the bench, I don't think, since that thrashing at Tranmere? What's his future at the club? Because he was brought in, there was a little bit of hype about maybe him coming in and being able to do a job. Obviously, Pye's come back into the side now as well. So with with Pye coming back and Todd Kane coming in as well, what's going to happen with Reece Bennett? Because he's not even been involved in the bench, I don't think, in the last few games. So where's his future over the next few weeks? Come the end of the season, and obviously with Ben Knight coming in as well, what does that mean for Rico Richards, who's coming on loan in January and hasn't really managed to get going? Are we pretty much just writing them 2 players off that came in January because we brought in 2 players that can almost play in them positions that they were brought in to do, and they haven't really hit the ground running, and now it looks like, oh well, we've got new players now. What happens with them? Can that maybe spark them to get a reaction out of them to maybe add more to the side? I'm not so sure, but I want people's thoughts on it. But mainly just the shock that County have managed to pull off two deals outside the window, and as I say, I wasn't expecting this at all. So it's come completely out of the blue. It's come completely out of the blue for me. I don't know if it has done for you. Maybe you were more aware of what was going on around the football club than me, but it certainly caught me by surprise. I'm not sure about you guys, but as I say, I want to get your thoughts on this business that Stockport County have done. And of course, we will have the match preview coming up ahead of Salford, which will go out tomorrow. So let me know your thoughts on the business in which County have done and it has been announced today. Let me know your thoughts on the game against Salford, predictions, things like that I can talk about hopefully in my next video. And as I say, stick around on this channel, keep an eye out for that video. It'll go up tomorrow at some point. And as I say, thoughts on the business and I suppose what's going to happen in his title race with some big games on in League 2 tonight. So I want to get everyone's thoughts on the mood at the moment. Obviously that win as well on Saturday was absolutely fantastic. And obviously we had the vlog. If you've not seen it, do go check that out. But as I say, we'll have the match preview as well against Salford, which is a big game coming up for County. Hopefully Tranmere can do a job against Mansfield for us tonight. But as I say, Stockport County, Tuesday evening, 2 deals, 2 players coming in until the end of the season. Hopefully they can help County get over the line, get promotion, possibly even win the title. So as I say, let me get your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're not already, and hopefully guys you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.